To truly be delusional, you have to actually believe that you're the prettiest person in the room.
I want to have a lot of disorders.
But is anything really delusion?
They can think whatever they want.
When you say a mental disorder, it's just like, is that a diss or a compliment?
I think the people that think being delusional is bad are the ones that like are insecure and projecting their insecurities on other people.
You have inspired me to be the most delusional person in the entire world, and it has drastically changed my life. Like, I am not even fucking with you.
That's the nicest compliment.
We need to tell everybody else about being delusional because you are my inspiration for this. And I'm not kidding. The quality of my life has gone from here to here.
Amazing.
I'm so much more happy just thinking that the world revolves around me and I am perfect.
Good. I'm so glad you said that. The world does revolve around you.
I
Who
love
else
when
would
you
it revolve around?
See, I love when you say that. When
I
you just
mean it, though.
you just convince me that like everybody wants me and wants to be
But
me.
they-
Like I
but
just
they
love
do.
I love that idea.
It's not an idea, it's a reality. It's true.
Also, before we started filming today, you were like, I hope people don't think we're conceited and obsessed with ourselves. And
right.
I said,
I mean, they could think whatever they want.
but then I was like, well, shouldn't they?
Maybe.
Why not?
Yeah, they can think whatever they want. I think we're just being confident.
And
but I
why
think there's
not
a fine line
be
between-
so confident that you're cocky,
Or that-
self-absorbed?
I think if you're the most confident version of yourself, other people are going to think you're cocky and conceited because they can't handle a girl that's that confident.
Do we care?
I don't care about one. I can't think of something I care about.
And is that wrong?
No.
Shouldn't you live your life to make yourself the happiest you can possibly be and not
100%.
concern yourself with other people's opinions? Because at the end of the day, they're just opinions. Like, if people think
Right.
you're cocky and conceited, that's an opinion.
100%.
You can't prove that point.
Yeah.
Maybe you can, but like not really. Like there's
No,
no
you can't.
tangible way to prove that somebody is clinically cocky or diagnose somebody with cocky
Yeah.
disorder.
You can't diagnose me with anything.
make any
Do you know
sense.
it does. Do you know delusion is like people think it's a disorder? Like no.
Right.
Like you
and if
can't
it's a
prove
disorder,
that.
I would like it and I have it.
I want to have it. I want to have a lot of disorders.
I wish that disorder would progress further and my other disorders would decline.
Yeah.
You know, like I
Yeah.
don't need the ADHD. Well, the ADHD is kind of fun a little bit.
Yeah.
The depression, I don't love that
Yeah.
one. Anxiety.
Maybe we could reel that one back.
Let's just.
Really bad. But
I don't know.
delusion is fine. That's
Oh.
actually phenomenal. That's the best thing about it.
Welcomed
Yes, we
with open arms.
continuously try to be more delusional every day. I don't think being delusional is bad at all. I think it's only delusional if you don't make your delusions a reality. It might just be the new word for manifesting.
Yeah, how would you describe, like, what would be the definition of delusional if you had to say one?
I think being delusional is just like dreaming. I think it's just a dream. Actually, I don't know. Fudge, I don't really know.
I would say
Being delusional is like when you leave your house, you like get ready and you want to like look your best and like go out and like go to a party. You don't want to walk in the room and be like, oh, like everyone here is so pretty. Like be like, I'm Sophia Lacourt. I'm walking in this room.
you're the prettiest girl in the room.
It doesn't even matter. There is nothing else to think about.
But it's like-
that's how confident and delusional you want to be.
To truly be delusional, you have to actually believe that you're the prettiest person in the room, which people consider like that to be arrogant and cocky, but like I just consider it being healthily delusional.
I don't know. Like you would never walk into a room and being so delusional, like you walk into the room and you don't care who else is there. Like it's not like, oh, I'm the prettiest person because that's like comparing it. It's like I'm so delusional that it doesn't matter who's here.
It doesn't matter if literally Giselle is there. I'm the prettiest person in the room.
Yeah, like
I don't care if
not even prettiest person. Just like it literally doesn't matter if I'm if we're in a room with like Michael B. Jordan, Margot Robbie, and Giselle.
No,
like
I'm
it just
still-
doesn't matter.
I'm still the hottest.
Like it just doesn't matter. You know, it's like not a comparison because you're that delusional,
Right.
Or confident, whatever you want to call it,
I
or
haven't-
cocky.
I haven't gotten to that level of delusion yet where I can
Oh
think,
yeah, I
where,
was
like,
born and raised there.
we're like male supermodels can be in the same room as me and I think that I'm the hottest person there. Like I'm still like fuck like
Really?
I need to get to the point where like
You just don't care.
Nick Bosa can come in
You love this
and
man.
I can still be like, no, Nick ain't got shit on me. You know, like
You love that
I
man.
am it. Like this is me. And I don't even care if it's like I'm in a room of straight men and straight women who like I'm never gonna date. Like I still want to be convinced that they're all gonna date me. Like that's the point of delusion I want to be at.
But
and
they
I'm like
would,
I'm like
though.
almost there. And like you've taught me how to be like this.
I
but
can't
I'm
believe
not
you're saying it. Like I can't believe you're saying this.
but I'm not quite there. Like I think you're really good at it.
Thank you so much. I think it's a part, like, most of me just doesn't care. And, like, I'm not going to let anything drag me down because, like, why? If I walked into a room and I was like, oh, like, she's really pretty and, like, that guy, ew, like, go home then. Go to bed if you're going to be all sad in your own feelings. Like,
you are so full of wisdom. The people need to hear you. This is why we have this podcast, because the people need to hear you.
I hope that people need to hear us and that they learn.
No, fuck me. Like, nobody care. It's all about you.
It's all about
you're
you,
perfect.
Radmon. No, you're
the
perfect.
way that you don't even have one single flaw.
The way
physically
you don't have a flaw.
Or mentally or, like, personality-wise, no flaws.
That's how I feel about you. And that's why we're best friends, because you and I could never be competitive against each other. Like, I truly believe every time we walk into a room that you are the best looking, funniest, coolest, smartest man in the room by far. There is no question about it.
An end scene. That is how you convince people. This is how you become more and more delusional.
Are.
You and your best friend should just sit beside each other and just say, you're the most perfect looking person. You have the most perfect personality.
Right.
You're the funniest person I've ever met. And if you just go back and forth with that for, like, months like we have, I just now believe it.
You should believe it. You shouldn't have even needed me to believe this.
And this actually also works in the dating world, by the way, because if you just tell a guy that he's the most handsome, perfect person in the world, he will believe you. And then all of a sudden they're in love with you. And it's like,
I mean, they started out in love with you, probably.
I didn't. And that might be also called, what do you call it?
Gaslighting?
Manipulation. I don't know. Manipulation.
No, but if you actually like them, then you do think they're good looking, no matter what. Like, you know how, like, I like guys that are really nice to me, and then you're like, they're not, like, the cutest thing ever. And
most of the
but
time.
I, like, actually think they're good looking, you know?
Yeah.
It's all in my own head.
Right.
And then they're mean to me, and I'm like, let me look a little closer. You are not it.
I feel like sometimes when I'm projecting delusions on other people, I'm like, you're in love with me. It's a little manipulative.
No, but
because that's my reality. But, like, I'm also, like, sort of manipulating them to convince them to feel that too.
But if you truly feel like you are, like, handsome and a nice guy and you deserve a wonderful, like, person, and you go up to them and you're confident and you, like, it's just an easier conversation. It doesn't get awkward because you know, like, they should like you, you know, and once you meet me, you'll like me, or, like, maybe you already like me. Like, it's just a sense of confidence and delusion to a certain extent.
I saw a TikTok yesterday where this pretty attractive guy was talking about how this very pretty girl that was out of his league came up to him and just already started talking to him as if they were dating. She was like, oh, love that you're my boyfriend, like, you're so hot, like, flirting with him, like, crazy, but in a way that they're, like, already dating. She was, like, positioning the flirting in that way.
Love.
And he was like, it was the hottest thing ever. And this girl, I swear, when she was done talking to me, I was convinced that we were dating and that she was the hottest thing in the entire world. She went into the situation being delusional and, in result, manipulated this guy.
Right, but is it delusion or is it confidence? I think that the word delusion is becoming negative, and I don't think it's negative in any way, shape, or form.
Well, why don't we read the definition of delusion, wherever my phone is, and let's see. Let's see if it has anything to do with confidence. What? Are you okay? What happened?
Just the way that she just choked the phone.
She's like, fucking.
She's definition.
Fucking have it. All right. Are you ready?
I can't wait to see you read.
All right.
Hear you read.
Why am I always reading? You're a better reader, aren't you?
I can read, but I'm dyslexic too.
You took this entire... We've been filming these podcasts for a month, and you just now tell me that you can read?
Wait, but why can't you read?
Because I'm dyslexic.
So we're all dyslexic.
My words go into other spots of the sentence. While
I read a hate comment the other day by accident multiple times thinking that they said I looked like a little chunky, but they said I looked like Chucky.
Wait, they're both awful, though.
Both aren't great, but that's dyslexic.
Yeah.
No,
okay.
Chucky is so much better than Chunky.
Read
but
them.
Where am I reading? What am I? Okay.
You have the document. This is our podcast security if anybody fucks with us.
A fixed false belief based on incorrect interpretations of reality, held with strong conviction even in the face of contradicting evidence. Read slower, read faster.
No, I just have no idea what you just said.
Okay. It wasn't me.
It wasn't you. It was just the definition.
Okay. A fixed false belief based on incorrect interpretations of reality, held with strong conviction even in the face of contradicting evidence. So what they're saying, which I'll put it in English because I don't know why Google thinks so hard.
There's other definitions that are for, like, dumb people.
Okay.
We put other ones.
It's a symptom of various mental health condition.
Delusion is like wearing magical glasses that can make you think something is true even if it's not. It's when our mind plays tricks on us, making things seem different from how they really are.
Okay.
Like my exact thoughts.
Sure. Like, what do you have to, like, okay.
But is anything really delusion?
They can think whatever they want.
The dictionary can literally think whatever they want. My reality is that that's not the definition.
Yeah, it's our reality. Like, we can think literally whatever we want whenever we want.
Who made that definition? Because
someone who has way too much time on their hands.
also just like somebody who's definitely not delusional, because
Yeah,
they wouldn't have
that's
wrote
why
that.
they're going on Google and doing this.
And
Like,
that's
they need to buy a dog and
It's
figure
in the
themselves
dictionary.
out.
These like scholars probably that like wrote this. It's like
Everyone that goes to school for too long can't think out of the box. Like, it's just like,
just start a social media page and become an influencer and post a selfie once a week like Sophia does.
not even once a week, once a
Yeah,
month.
once a month. You can do it too. If you're delusional, you can do it too.
Yeah, just be delusional.
I don't know. A lot of them say it's a mental disorder as well. That seems a little
They
dramatic.
say everything's a mental disorder now. I think they're just trying to like label us.
When you say a mental disorder, it's just like, is that a diss or a compliment? The definition of a mental disorder is that there's something in your mind that's like not present in everybody's mind, right? Because it's like a difference.
Yeah, but
in
how would
your
you know?
mind
You're not
than other
in my
people.
mind.
But I don't care. Like, is that bad?
No, I don't care either.
Is it bad that I have a different little thing in my brain that other people don't have?
I mean, like, no, not at all. I mean, if you're schizophrenic, maybe. Like,
Schizophrenic?
schizophrenic? Like,
Shout out to all the schizophrenic people, by the way.
oh, wait, like, it
That's
doesn't,
a
I don't think
difficult
having
one.
a disorder is like,
That's a hard one.
that's a bad one. That's a bad one. But like, that's what I mean. Like, why are you naming everything a disorder? Like, some are bad, and then like being delusional is just being confident and like manifesting, like having a different version of your own reality, like
Yeah.
thinking bigger for yourself. Like, I don't agree with people saying delusional is bad. I think the people that think being delusional is bad are the ones that like are insecure and projecting their insecurities on other people.
On a side note, a very delusional thought I have. I was just watching a show called Love on the Spectrum. It's people who are autistic dating each other, and it's so cute. However, it makes me feel like autistic people, it's almost like we're all robots. I mean, we basically are. We're all robots, right? Because we all have this kind of like preset thing that's very similar to each other. We want to fit in. We want to be loved. We're going to die. We're going to whatever. Like, there's kind of like preset morals and beliefs to everybody.
Like, everyone's
However,
just born a
then we
certain
have
way, yeah.
autistic people who don't have a lot, or it's not that they don't have it, it's that they can't. I actually don't know what autism is, but she said that she felt like a Disney princess character who is like stuck in a movie.
That's how I feel.
No fucking idea what she said, but she
She
said
said
something
she was
like
a
she's
Disney
kind of
princess
stuck
stuck
in
in-
like
yeah.
she can't pronounce the things she's thinking. She can't get them off of her mind.
I resonate with that. I think I'm a Disney princess.
I might have completely just fucked up that entire thing that she said, but it made me think like, okay, what if we're all robots and then they got a missing little like computer chip, and
I think it's called the chromosome that they might.
but like we always think we're so far off from robots, but we aren't, and that's just my reality. We're just robots.
Well-
the fact that I can't get my mind to think differently, like I can't become not have depression. Like, I'm just always gonna have depression. Like, it'll be
Right.
there. It'll always be there. You can
But
manage
like,
it,
isn't? Yeah.
but I can't change it. That's crazy, and I would like to not do that anymore.
But isn't depression just like in your head?
Yeah, but I can't get it out of my head.
Says who?
You can't cure yourself of depression.
You can though.
You can manage it. You can't literally go into an office and then they zap you and they go, all right,
Right.
you don't have it anymore.
But who said you had depression in the first place?
Well, I can be delusional and think I don't have it, which also really helps.
Which would help.
Which, by the way, I do all the time, and it really
Right.
does help, because I'll wake up in the morning and I'll be like, oh, like life is just too much today. But I'll be like, no, actually, I like literally love life.
Right.
Everything is great.
Right. Like, sometimes, you know how like sometimes you wake up and you're like not feeling your best, and you like maybe had a lot of salt yesterday and you're puffy and you don't feel good.
It's
and,
always
like,
salt for you.
I know. I literally love salt. Like, it's crazy. It's scary.
The way she eats, like we'll stick her fingers into a salt thing and just go and eat
Literally.
that's crazy.
I know.
That's
it's like
a mental
problem.
disorder for
Yeah.
sure.
But it's like, you know how sometimes you wake up and you don't feel your best, and
Well, no, but I'm always perfect. I don't know what
same,
you're
I'm always
talking about.
perfect. But that's what I'm saying. Like, when I don't feel my best, like I literally am like, okay, never mind. Yes, I do. I am pretty. Stop thinking.
Right.
Stop thinking bad. Stop
Sometimes-
thinking poorly about yourself.
Sometimes I'll have a bad outfit on while I'm going out, and that fucks with me really bad.
Right.
Because I'm like, I just want to feel good about myself. Like, I want to look cute. But then I just say, I love this outfit.
Same. And you say it enough, and you're like, what? You're right. I just love this outfit. Like, that's it.
This is great.
And then you get out there and you get it done.
Like, and I could actually look really bad, and I'll just be like,
Right.
first of all, like, I'll not look in the mirror. anymore
Right.
throughout the night.
Right.
And then all of a sudden, I feel great. All of a sudden, like I'm just like, I don't even know what I look like anymore.
Right.
But
Being
delusionally,
delusional.
I look amazing now.
Right.
Because I just convinced myself.
Right.
Is
Being
that
delusion.
what's the difference between manifestation and delusion?
Nothing. I think manifestation is just the old word for delusion. And I think that people are getting nervous with the fact that so many people are getting so confident. And like they're just
all
like
shaking.
They just want to drag other people down. I feel like if I go to a friend or like a person that I know and I'm like, oh, I'm feeling good today. Like I'm feeling pretty. I'm really liking it. And then she said, or he said, okay, you're being like a little delusional. Relax. Like,
Says who?
let's say like I don't want to be a singer, but let's say I want to be the biggest singer in the world. And I'm like, Mom, I'm going to be the biggest singer in the world. Like that is delusional because it's not my reality and I'm not even close to doing that. You're allowed to think that. So think it.
Yeah.
If you don't think the most highly of yourself, like who will?
People also are scared in general. Like humans are very scared people. And if you tell somebody like, I want to be the most famous pop star in the world, or I want to be a movie star, they'll always be like, that's not realistic.
Right. I think it's because the odds of it happening are low, but it's not impossible. I think that people are being too realistic.
Is it delusional for me to think that, like, if you want to be a pop star and you literally just sit every day studying pop stars, seeing exactly how their career went from here to here to here, and you look at all of them and you write down all the details of their career and how they did it, and then you emulate those things, the chances of you becoming a pop star as well is really high. Is that delusional for me to think? Or is that just privilege? Like people can't actually do that.
I don't know. I think it's like there's luck, there's hard work, there's talent. And then like if you don't think you're going to be the biggest pop star in the world, then why would you?
Yeah, you
like,
need that delusion.
You need that delusion.
Anybody who's become like a billionaire as well definitely were delusional. To
Yeah.
believe in a project or a new business or company that doesn't exist, and to think that I'm gonna make this into a $1 billion brand
And like
is crazy
to
delusion.
think that, and then also not even to just think that, to take the risk to start this company, that is delusional. And it's great and it works out for people, and the only people that have ever done it are the ones that have been delusional. Nobody's like sitting there like, oh, I'm like not gonna take this risk because it's like a little like, I don't know, it might not work out. Like, okay, if you don't think it's gonna work out, then it won't.
I think a relatable topic for a lot of people listening will be about dating and our points of views on dating, because I think that we have a really good mindset for dating right now. Not that either of us have had any real success.
Not that any of
Like,
us
not
have
that
ever gotten it done.
Not that last night we were literally like, what do we do?
We literally were texting back and forth like, wait, who?
Both of us talk to like 10 guys at a time, but we do not like any of them.
Because our standards are so high and we think so highly of ourselves because we're delusional. So we're not willing to like settle because we're bored. We're willing to wait because we know what we deserve.
Yeah. But that's also not delusion. I think that's just us being realistic, right? Because I think we are catches.
Right.
But I think that maybe sometimes
I think the only reason it would be delusion is when someone else from the outside that doesn't like us that says it's delusional.
Yeah,
like somebody that thinks like somebody that doesn't like me. So like 60% of the people watching right now.
Everybody loves you. Leave a comment below for Sophia, letting her know how much you love her.
I love Brad.
And me.
People like watching that don't like you are gonna say
Everybody
you're
loves
delusional.
me.
Everybody loves you.
Every
like,
single
I'm
person
talking
in the
about
entire
like
world.
you in the whole. Like this isn't all about you.
Sophia,
Okay?
I've never had one hater in my entire life. Everybody loves me. Even the people that hate on me are obsessed.
Yeah, the
See?
haters are the ones that watch you the
Delusion.
hardest.
It's perfect. It's the perfect
I
thing.
literally answered a comment the other day, like, and they were like, somebody said, "Oh my god, like there's so many haters here," and I was like, "They don't hate me. They just don't know how much they love me yet."
Right.
That's sick in the head, but like, it's not actually sick. It's delusional, which is like my future reality, which is my reality.
So I'm coming to sort of like a
Conclusion.
not a conclusion, but just like a thesis that we have kind of developed, which is that we can never consider each other delusional or ourselves delusional because we actually believe it. However, if other people want to call us that, sure.
Yeah.
But like, we don't believe in being delusional. We just believe that's real.
That is our reality. So it's not delusional for us.
It's story time. So, you'll be familiar with this story. Sophia LaCour.
I'm familiar with every story. You're all I want.
You know? Okay, so Sophia LaCour and I enjoy a nice cocktail or two sometimes, okay?
Once a week at least.
We sometimes end up at random bars and clubs together. Sophia my friend here, is actually a heterosexual female, which means she typically attracts heterosexual men. On the off chance, she sometimes also attracts homosexual men.
I hope that I attract
such as myself.
everyone. Girls, gays, theys.
Sophia also talks to about every male model that's ever lived online. And she's not a whore. She likes people to know that she's not a whore and she doesn't sleep around. So we'll just get that out there.
I don't care what they think.
Well, you do. So we'll just tell everybody now that she doesn't sleep around and that she's a nun, literally. Like, she Jesus lover, and she doesn't swear, and she doesn't sleep with anybody.
Thank you.
You're happy now?
Yes, I am actually very happy. My father watching is
So
also
now
happy as well.
we got that out there. So that doesn't mean you can't DM her if you're a hot, attractive guy in New York.
No, actually, please do.
Please do, but she will probably not sleep with you.
Or answer.
Anyways, this guy, his name is Ryan, who Sophia is friends with.
You're just gonna like name drop like that? Like Brad like loves to name drop and like acts like it literally doesn't matter. Like, okay, whatever.
This guy named Ryan, who Sophia is friends with, who's a model in New York, ended up being out at a club, and we met up with him, and I never knew who he was. I had seen him on various social media platforms. I always thought he was very good looking, and I was like, oh no, that Ryan's definitely straight, which we'll get into in a second. So we met Ryan for dinner one night, and Sophia introduced him and I. And immediately I was like, this man wants to marry me. I knew from social media, because I had seen this guy before, that he was straight. You know, I don't know. Like, what do you even define as straight? It's a spectrum, right? Was very handsome in real life too, and I wanted to marry him. And I had already convinced myself that the moment we met, we were already married.
Right, and this would be considered delusional because
we weren't married.
Right, and also because like.
But in my head, we were.
Like everyone, you know, he says he might. I think he says he's straight.
Yeah. So we're sitting next to each other, and he's getting a little handsy. You know, you could say we're like 2 drinks deep too. We're not drunk. We're sitting at a dinner table with friends.
Early.
It was early.
It was like 8.
All of a sudden, I feel a warm compress on my inner thigh, and I am thinking, that's weird. I thought this man who is very hunky and gorgeous and dreamy, who I'm also married to in my head, was straight. If that makes sense to everybody listening, you know, I was shocked.
Well, if you were shocked, then it must not have been delusion. You know, he's giving you the signs to be delusional. Right.
And then sometimes when this stuff happens, I'm just like, oh, he's just cool. You know, he's just like cool with it. He's into the gays, you know?
Right. We love the gays.
But then I was a little tipsy too, and I just started maybe a little bit of, maybe a little hand on his leg might not hurt, you know? And I did. So now we're sitting there, hands on legs with our friends, but under the table so nobody can see.
I didn't even notice.
And then
I actually didn't notice the entire. You know what? I don't pay attention to much.
Somebody also at some point at the dinner brings up sexuality and asks people at the dinner table with us if they're gay or straight, because sometimes it's really hard to tell in New York. Like these models too, like they always swing both ways, and they're always like very fluid with their sexuality. Like they kind of need to be when they're doing all those weird photo shoots with like gay photographers and they're like naked. It's a little strange. We get to him and we're like, are you like bi or what is your situation? He's like, no, I'm straight. Then what are we doing? But again, in my head, I'm also thinking we're already married.
And also in your head, were you thinking like he's in love with me? Because like, of course he is.
Yes.
Which is maybe considered delusion, but it's not.
But I'm thinking, why is he lying to them?
Or he's lying to himself.
Why is he lying to them when we've already gotten married and we're already together? It's so weird. It's like, why is this?
Right.
I was about to be like, what? Like, I was about to be like, what do you mean?
So this isn't delusional. He gave you signs.
But then it progressed.
Right.
And then we left and we all went to the club. And he grabs me, pulls me into a corner, and starts making out with me. I'm blushing because my husband of 3 years just kissed me.
I think this has to do with him.
You know what?
Lying
I
to
just
himself
realized that's what it was.
You were just
this has nothing to do
you
with
were
delusion.
just correct the whole time.
I was
but if he never kissed you and he said he was straight, then it would have been delusion. Like delusions are only a delusion until your delusion becomes your reality. So you were delusional until it became your reality. Like you thought this straight guy had a crush on you because you're delusional. Like relax. Like no straight guy has a crush on you because you're a guy and they don't like guys. But you
every straight guy has a crush on me. What do you mean?
Right, exactly. But that's what I think. Every guy has a crush on you, and if they don't, exactly. So same, I know that. But like, it's a delusion until it becomes your reality.
I know.
Was he a good kisser?
Yeah. I just think that this man didn't even know that he was gay until I convinced myself that he is gay.
Right. Because everyone is in love with you. And he found himself that night. And I think you did him a wonderful, like, you're welcome.
I did it. I performed
like,
a
did
act
he
of
not
service.
Send like a thank you letter?
It's just confusing because like this man was 100% straight until I met him and convinced myself that he was gay, which then convinced him that he was gay. So then we both became gay together, which became reality. But it started with delusions that were provided by me.
So in conclusion, everyone should be delusional and they'll be able to get the man of their dreams. Okay.
Since then.
And I love how this works with men. This works with careers. This works with everything. It's the most brilliant thing in the world.
Obviously, this hunky, straight, gorgeous male model is now in love with me. And I think this is a really good thing to talk about because I think that you can convince anybody to like you. And I think this might be one of the most out of touch things I'm actually saying right now because I just thought about it and I was like, well, it probably doesn't work for everybody.
No, you could convince anyone to like you 100%, no matter what.
Sophia LaCourte, I don't think that works for everybody.
It's all in your head.
Sophia,
you're going to say I know it's going to sound so bad.
Say a man that looks like Willy Wonka. A man that looks like Willy Wonka comes up.
Timothy Chalamet is Willy Wonka right now. So
no, let's do like what's his face? Like let's do Johnny Depp Willy Wonka. Like he comes up to you and he's convinced that you're in love with him. Mm-hmm. I don't know if his delusions are gonna get him very far. And
but it would get him farther than if he was not delusional.
Let me just show you a picture of Johnny Depp as Willy Wonka.
No, I know.
This comes up to you.
That's fine. That is fine.
This one.
But if he wasn't delusional.
He is rizzing you down.
Right, but he wouldn't be able to
compliment.
rizz if he wasn't delusional. Like he wouldn't have the confidence to even be in the same room as you if he wasn't delusional.
You're honestly right. And I think that that Johnny Depp Willy Wonka would have convinced me to fall in love with him. Even with that scary smile and that white pasty skin.
Because they're super delusional, right? You think like if they don't have it, like if they're not good looking or funny or smart, they're not going to be able to convince someone else to like them through delusions. Yeah. But the delusion's going to help them more than anything else.
Yeah, but their delusions might not become reality.
Yeah, but that's the whole point of being delusional because the odds are low that it's going to be a reality. That's what makes it delusional. Yeah. I'm literally brilliant.
Oh my God, you're so smart. You're like a philosopher.
No, like literally like where did I go to school? Oh, right.
Okay.
Dropped out.
Fuck, I lost my train of thought. Wait.
Don't curse. This is a family show.
Oh God, I had a good thought. So
I love when you lean back like that and your shirt comes up. Oh my gosh.
There's no other way to date or to live your life than just living in full-on delusion, especially dating. I have a date this weekend and
Shut the front door.
I'm sorry to tell you that.
Shut the front door. Are you telling me on camera? That means I have to go on a date today.
Oh yeah, I didn't even tell you. I did tell you earlier this week actually. You just don't listen to me.
Well,
so
don't listen to me for sure.
I have a date this weekend and I like this guy. He's cute. He's good for me.
Mm-hmm.
Smart, funny, handsome, has
just
a
like
great,
you. Are you describing yourself?
great career, just everything
Seems like he has everything
that I want. Now, one could go on this date thinking, I hope they like me. Please, I hope they like me. I am so nervous. I just worry like he's gonna see me in person and just like, I don't know, maybe he'll be let down, or maybe he won't like my personality as much as he did when we were texting, or maybe he won't like the way I sound or act. But I'm choosing to go into the date thinking, this man is obsessed with me.
I love how we're relating this a lot to dating. Well, because you are the prize.
Because I'm dating a lot right now. It's like a lot of dating stuff in my head.
Slay. Well, you're the prize, and you should walk in like you are the prize.
Even if I leave this date and this guy thinks like in his own head, in his own reality, whatever that is, that he's not into me, I don't care, because in my head, if he denies me, he's just afraid. And he's afraid because I'm too perfect.
But also, like, if he denied you, like, that just means you never wanted him either.
I didn't want him.
Yeah, you never wanted him. Like, you just didn't know that yet.
The universe knew it for me because I told the universe.
I've never been dumped because I've never wanted them in the end anyway. I just maybe wasn't like, I just didn't, they beat me to it.
You also, in your reality, you never dated.
That's exactly correct. I've never dated anyone.
We asked our followers on Instagram at @atouch_podcast, do you believe that being delusional is the way of life, and why? We got some replies. Ken said yes, because how else am I supposed to stay happy? Agreed. In this climate, in this world, how are we supposed to stay happy? Shit's crazy out here.
Right.
There's another war every day. If I think really hard about all of the wars and the pandemics going on, I'm not going to have the greatest day ever. But if I'm delusional and I think,
rainbows and butterflies.
everything is really nice right now. Everything's really great.
Here's a good way to be delusional. Sorry, off topic. Like, if a guy's not answering you or something, like, he's literally like so in love with you that he's scared and like nervous, but he's also like playing a game and like waiting around, like,
He's waiting for you.
no, he's waiting for you.
His whole day is devoted to
Yeah,
waiting
like,
for
it's
you.
like, don't think about it, because like you're perfect and he's in love with you and he wants you so bad.
Right. All right. Next comment was by Britt. It says, no, I prefer being out of touch personally. I guess the title of our podcast says a lot about being delusional. Being out of touch, being delusional.
Yeah, I guess
maybe
that
the
goes
same
hand
thing.
in hand. It's a really
Somebody
good
else
name
said
for a podcast. I can't believe no one else had it.
Capital N-O. He does not believe being delusional is the way of life. I don't get that. So you think I'm just going to watch the news and then be like, wow, everything that they said is actually happening. My life sucks and everybody else's life sucks too.
Mm-hmm.
That doesn't seem fun.
I think you gotta think positively throughout your day to get through it in a positive way.
Choosing to believe whatever narrative is currently convenient to you is absolutely an option. That was by Ashley.
Ashley, it is an option, and I pick that option.
If there were multiple options to pick, that would always be the one I pick.
Number one.
Hannah says, obviously, of course, because delusional people are hotter than everyone. Hannah, the way that I literally love you, and I hope you watch every single episode of this podcast. Thank you so much. Like, that is exactly what we are, the feeling we are trying to provoke today.
Slay.
She couldn't have said it better.
Yeah, like, and not only hotter, you're smarter, you're funnier, you're cooler.
You are a philosopher. Just like Sophia. All right. Megan says, yes, because being delusional, if you believe in it, it can actually happen. Manifesting, see, delusion and manifesting, it's in the same boat. It's in the same category.
In the same boat.
Julia said, 110% because being realistic is boring. Why live in a real world when you can turn it into a dream world?
Holy moly.
We have such intellectual,
Wait,
smart individuals following us.
Like, just us?
This
you
is
know?
us.
We love you guys.
Disney says, no, how will you grow as a person if you can't be realistic towards yourself and improve?
I feel like you're going to be stagnant if you're realistic.
I get what she's saying. She's like, if you already think that you're perfect, you have nothing to improve on, then how would you ever improve on anything?
No, I don't think you thinking you're perfect is.
I think
like if you think you should think you're perfect, of course, because you literally are perfect.
Stop.
But I think you're always chasing like the older version of yourself. Like, I know I'm gonna be more perfect in like a few years, and like I'm looking at her. Like, I'm so delusional that like I already know I'm there.
Yeah. And
Eventually.
to be honest, like, we are very delusional, but I think that a lot.
No, we are. That's literally.
Sorry, we are very real, actually.
Oh, you think so? Oh, I think we're like really.
Like, no, because you don't believe in delusional. It's real. We're
Oh
real.
yeah.
This is your own philosophy I keep bringing up, and you're like, wait, what? So anyways,
So
based on your philosophy, everything we think is real.
Right.
However, I think that a lot of other things we need to be more delusional about, because we will be like, we look fat today. Even though we know actually that the reality is that we aren't fat, we still aren't delusional enough about that.
Yeah, we need to be like.
But I also don't want to be unhealthy.
That's just like a. What is that called? Like body dysmorphia? I think that's what we have. I think that's a whole other topic.
We could be more delusional about things like that.
Yeah, like we could just be like, oh my God, I have the best, like.
But would that be a negative? Like, I don't want to be so delusional that I end up actually looking bad, or
Yeah.
I actually end up convincing myself that I don't need to change anything. I am like the most agreeable person in the world, and like everybody else is wrong. Like, I don't want to be like that. But I think you need to know where to draw the line with delusion, and just be a little bit like strategic about your delusions.
Yeah, because like if I thought my body was perfect, I would like truly perfect, and I just like ate all the time and like got like way bigger, and then I still thought it was perfect.
Might not be great.
Actually, I still probably would think it was perfect.
You probably would, and you might like die of
delusional?
obesity, but like you were
Yeah.
happily delusional during the death of you. So like, does it really matter?
Does anything really matter?
No. Why are our minds so powerful?
Why are we like?
The way that I can feel your mind right now.
No, literally.
It's like radiating.
If I gain weight, I'm still perfect for sure. Not 100 pounds, but like give me 15.
Whoa.
A little more to love, more to grab. No.
Oink, oink. You can really convince yourself.
Yeah, you can convince yourself of anything.
Like
I don't think there's anything you could.
I could learn French and then talk to a French person and they have no idea what I'm saying because I'm so bad at French. But if I just think that I'm the best French speaker, they're going to figure out how to understand me. And that's not my problem.
Oh, I think like there's nothing I can't do. That's delusional. Like I think that if I really wanted to, I could learn another language in a month.
I could learn Chinese next week.
Ni hao.
Literally.
Wo jiao su su.
The way that all we had to do was just think we knew it and we already did.
100%.
Oh my God. Are we changing the world with this point of view?
Like, there's nothing we can't do, and that's delusional, but it's real because it's real.
You know who does really good with this?
Kanye West.
And Kim Kardashian.
You were going to say that.
She literally just says, like, I'm an actress. And then the next day, she's an actress.
Right, because they're that confident, but that delusional. I mean, they, of course, work towards their delusions. Like, they don't just wake up in the morning and say, like, I'm going to skip around and then know, like, how to be a lawyer. They don't do that. They figure it out. It's because they're delusional and they're chasing, like, their future. Like, this is just a manifesting.
Everything's just manifesting. This is actually just real life. There's no such thing as being delusional.
Right. That's our thesis.
That's
literally
the
conclusion. That's it. Everything is real. Nothing's delusional. Be delusional to get through life. Your life will be better if you are delusional.
Leave a delusional comment below.
Also, don't be an idiot, though. Don't be dumb.
Why? Why can't they?
If you're being delusional, like you're with a guy and he treated you poorly, and then like you're like, you know what? No, he's like the best thing ever, and like I love him, and like it's fine, and you're lying to yourself, and then you keep going back to something that's not benefiting you. That's being stupid and dumb.
But if they're enjoying it, and
yeah, if you're enjoying it, get after it. But like,
yeah, but if they convince themselves they're enjoying it, then why not?
Well, then they're just being dumb. Like if a guy's like treating you poorly, like truly treating you poorly, you're not gonna go back to him.
But they don't feel it because they're delusional.
You're right. I mean, like if a guy literally like says to you or like is mean to you and like doesn't like you, but he's using you for something and like figuring out how to use you, and you're delusional to the point where you're like, oh no, he's nice and cute and like he has this and this, but you can't recognize the things that are not benefiting you and you keep going back to him, then you're just being dumb. You're not being delusional.
I don't know if I agree with that. Even if you're in a horrible relationship, your mind is the only thing processing the things that they say. So if you don't even process the things that they say or do, then your reality is not the same as everybody else's reality. Then your reality is like, wow, I'm in the best relationship. And as long as you're happy,
right,
then that's
right. And love is blind, you know? So
nobody else has to be happy. It's just you.
Exactly.
And then if
so
you're not happy,
you're happy.
If you're not happy, get out of it.
Right.
But if you're delusional enough to think that your awful boyfriend or girlfriend is the best thing in the entire world, why not? Doesn't matter what I think about them.
Yeah, it doesn't matter if everyone else thinks you're stupid. Get after it. Yeah.
And honestly, I've had so many friends in relationships that were horrible. And I'm like, why are you still in it? And they're like, because he's so great. And I'm looking at them like, that's impossible because I met him and he's awful to you.
Right.
And treats you like shit. But they're like,
like,
no,
you
he's
also
so
have to
good.
depend on what your like future goal is. Like if you want to have like a wonderful family and like have a great husband and have your kids have a good father, like you don't want to stay in a bad relationship.
Well, to them, it's good though.
Exactly. I don't know. Do whatever you want. I don't care. I'm not your mom.
I am everybody's dad, so.
Well, I mean, I'm mother, but I'm not yours.
Do you even know what that means?
Mother.
I didn't know you knew trends.
Well, I saw Renee
rap.
And when she said it, I was like, you are mother. Can I also be mother? She is mother, though.
Can we talk about the fact that Jacob Elordi hasn't DM'd you and asked you on a date yet? Like, why? I don't understand. That's a weird part of our, like, that's a weird part of Delusion that, like, why hasn't that happened yet? Because it's natural that you guys are going to get married and it makes sense. And I know that he has a girlfriend.
Why isn't Nick Bosa turned gay for you?
That's also another one.
You know what? This is a wonderful explanation of delusion because like thinking a celebrity would want to fall in love with you and get married and have kids with you or let you carry their babies, like that could be considered delusional.
But I know that they are going to. No, like I know that Nick Bosa is going to become gay and then marry me. I don't think it's.
Why wouldn't he?
That's just some.
Why wouldn't he?
Just doesn't seem crazy to me.
I mean, he was born gay. He just don't know it yet because you didn't.
Well, he's never met a guy like me. That's the issue.
There is no one like you.
Once he meets a guy like me, it's gonna be all.
But there's no one like you. It's gonna be you.
It's gonna make sense to him.
It's gonna be you. Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
right.
Hello.
hello, hola,
It just
ni
sometimes
hao.
takes a long time. That's the thing I don't have is patience. It's like I can be delusional, but like the patience also has to come with it. And it's like I don't want to be patient.
I don't think I'm very patient either. Actually,
So if you're Nick Bosa or you're Jacob Elordi, DM us. It's not that big of a deal.
stop being so nervous.
It's not that big of a
honestly,
deal. Like just chill, bro. I won't tell anybody you're talking to me until you come out. It's not a big deal. She won't tell your girlfriend. She's dated guys that are in relationships.
that's fake news. You know what? Yeah, sure, whatever. I don't care.
And so whatever. It's like what's that saying you always say, the goalie thing?
Just because there's a goalie doesn't mean you can't score. So like, whatever, leave it in. I don't care.
So Jacob.
Okay, well, I don't know if I want. I don't know. Like, I don't know any of them personally, so I can't.
She's taking this seriously because her delusions make her think that he's actually gonna DM her.
Yeah, but like,
You literally think this whole narrative I'm putting out there is gonna actually happen.
no, I don't think it's actually gonna happen. I just like,
No,
what
you
if
should
I
think
don't
it's
want
gonna
Jacob?
happen.
Like, because I know that whoever we say is gonna do it. So it's like,
You don't want him.
it's like, what if I could have a better choice? Like, if I could choose someone.
Okay, choose somebody.
Zendaya. How's Tom? You're mine now.
Zendaya?
Zendaya.
Like the girl? Wait, are you gay? Is this a coming out episode?
No, but like, that's my choice. If you ask me my celebrity crush,
Okay.
100%
Then
Zendaya.
Zendaya's gonna be in your DMs tomorrow.
That's what I'm saying.
Well, maybe not.
And like,
tomorrow,
I feel
but-
bad for Tom, but just because there's a goalie doesn't mean you can't score. And like,
oh
Tom,
yeah,
like,
she does have a boyfriend.
Tom, like, I go to Dog Pound a lot, and I know that you like own Dog Pound. Like, please don't kick me out of
Does
Dog
he?
Pound. Just, yeah, I think he like owns part of Dog Pound. Doesn't matter. But like, hey Zendaya.
Well, what if they're into like, like
Okay,
open relationship type of stuff?
this could be delusional, but like, if I ask them, would they say no? Maybe not. Maybe.
I'm also so delusional to think like it's gonna be really embarrassing one day that we talk about these things because we're literally gonna be best friends with all of them.
Exactly.
And it's like awkward already because like like I'm just imagining us being like
No,
sitting
like,
on
wanna
this
know what's gonna
couch
be
with
worse?
all of them and we're like watching this episode and we're like, oh my god, remember when we talked about dating you and now you're like here? It's so awkward. Like, and that's like my reality. Like that's it.
Yeah, that's why I kind of changed the subject off Jacob Elordi because like I know he wants. Yeah. No, but seriously though, like
That's what I was saying. Like you actually believed what I was saying, and you were like getting embarrassed, like as if it was gonna
No,
be like
I'm
reality.
embarrassed because like also like imagine like some random kids like started talking about you on a podcast. Like that's so embarrassing.
I would love it. Should we talk about what our own realities are right now
Okay.
to conclude?
Yeah.
So my reality is that I am a billionaire
Duh.
and I own 1 or 2 yachts, as well as about a fleet of like 3 private jets.
Okay. So my delusion.
Oh, I'm not done, babe. Not even close.
You want to own a private jet?
Just be patient, please. Yes.
So do I. But like,
For why not?
exactly.
I'm also dating Nick Bosa,
100%.
and we've been steady for about 3 years.
Right.
I'm getting a little bit sick of dating him.
To me, that
'Cause
like
he's
would
just, like-
make sense. Like all of that could easily happen for you.
I'm at the stage in our relationship where I don't know. Maybe there's
Right.
something better out there.
Something delusional
I'm
that
not
I
done.
think. Keep going.
Tom Brady and I.
Name drop
I don't even
everyone.
like Tom Brady. I'm trying to name people I wouldn't actually date because I don't want to put it out there.
Yeah, same. That's
the
why I don't
real
want Jacob
people.
Elordi and Zendaya because like I would actually date both of them.
And I am currently living that life.
Right.
It's not even like it's a delusion. This whole episode is very confusing because it's like it's hard to talk about delusions when you don't believe in delusions.
It's really hard to talk about something you don't believe in. That's why we're having a hard time.
I also feel like it's not even a real word. It's actually not a real word in my reality. So it's also weird to talk about a fake word.
Right. Is it my turn now?
You can go now.
I'm delusional actually because I think that this podcast is going to be the biggest podcast in the world.
What do you mean it's gonna? It already is.
Right.
Sometimes you confuse me. It's like, do you believe? And do you think?
Well, I don't believe in things that aren't true right now, but I believe in the like exactly what's going to happen.
But I already know it's the biggest thing in the entire world and everybody's obsessed.
Right. Okay. Good. Right. Same.
It's the #1 podcast in the entire world.
Exactly.
The way that like every other podcaster is shaking.
Shaking. I couldn't agree more.
Now they're currently in meetings with their team being like,
how are we gonna
how are we gonna get back to our number one spot?
How are we gonna catch up to Brad and Sophia?
Brad and Sophia, Out of Touch is just like blowing up. Like, why are they doing everything that we've always wanted to do? And like, how are they doing it so quickly?
Right. And also, like, nobody's even gonna be able to use the phrase out of touch anymore without thinking of us.
And nobody can be out of touch unless they are us. Because we are out of touch.
Yeah,
and
like out of touch
podcast.
is now the new definition of out of touch is just our podcast.
You also can't search the word anymore on Google without our faces coming up first.
100%.
Which is fucking iconic.
Right. If
we
ever
changed
get
the
canceled,
definition.
We like can't because they're gonna just look it up and like it's just gonna be our podcast. You know what I mean? Like
the way that we created a reality in which we can't get canceled because we were so delusional that
I never could get canceled
that.
because I never cared. You can't cancel someone that doesn't care.
You're always correct because you're perfect. You've actually never said anything wrong ever since I met you.
Nothing I said has ever been wrong because it's my world and I can think however I want to think. Everything is just a mindset. I think this could come across, this podcast could come across really stupid to the people
that don't get it.
And I think the people that understand it
are gonna
live a
really,
better life over it.
This is 100% one of those things where it's like, if you get it, you get it. If you don't, you don't. And if you don't get it, don't watch any more of our podcast episodes.
No, if you don't get it.
I actually don't want you to be here or be around.
No, we want you all to be here.
No, I don't.
We love
I
everyone
don't.
equally.
You can be with Sophia and follow her, but I don't want you. I only want people who get this shit. I don't care about any of you that don't get it. No, I'm serious.
I care about all of you no matter what, but I also agree with Brad.
I don't think you can believe in both of those things, but I have a feeling that everybody watching is gonna get it.
I think so. I think so too. I think if they watched the whole thing, they would. And they didn't get it, they would have much worse disorders.
Thumbs up this video if you get it. And I know there's gonna be a lot of thumbs ups because you're all perfect and you all get it. Obviously, we figured out today that there is no such thing as being delusional. It's just reality. It's your reality. It's the way you live, and it's the way you should live. Is just in your own world. You are the creator of your own world. Act as such.
You're the main character in your own movie.
And there's no such thing as being delusional. The word doesn't exist anymore. And that's it, really. And just make the life you want to live.
Yeah, create the life you want to live in your head, and it'll come through in person.
But you have to really believe it.
You have to really believe it.
And
like believe everything you want in life.
Believe so hard that it is real. And we'll leave you with that one today. You can just call us Gandhian.
Yeah, Dalai Lama. Hello.
Dalai Lama and Princess Diana.
Thank you. You're Princess Diana. I'm Dalai Lama.
Yeah. I mean, in my reality, that's who I am. So
you can be whoever you want to be. I'm Sophia LaCourt.
And I'm Brad Mondo. And thank you for watching today's no, that's it.
Yep.
Thanks for watching.
Toodles.
And we'll see you guys on the next one. Bye.
Bye.